Shut up.
What's going on?
You know, living the dream.
What dream is that?
That's more of a nightmare.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just been busy. We just had the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we did. What? Did you have any money on the game?
I did not. No, they're two teams that I don't care about.
I mean, people bet on the color of the cleats.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you, I bet $100 that the Cowboys are going to make it to the Super Bowl. I'm a Cowboys fan, for those that don't know.
Which is wild to me.
I know. I grew up in New England. I'm not a New England Patriots fan. So I bet $100 on the Cowboys getting to the Super Bowl, winning it, which the odds of that happening are slim to none. So the odds are great. The day that I do ever hit it, I might be able to retire. I don't think so, but
how much money you put?
I put $100 down.
Okay, you're not going to retire with that.
You know what? The odds, it's pretty bad. The odds, like, they're not in our favor.
For the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl?
Correct. Winning it.
Oh. Remember when the Cowboys were like the Cowboys
in
the 90s?
That's when I started watching football. So that's how I got hooked on the Cowboys, when Jimmy Johnson was the coach.
Oh my God, what was it? What was the movie? The Little Giants.
Yeah, they were. It was
right?
the Cowboys was like the bad team, like the team we wanted. Like, and then the underdogs beat them, I think, in the end.
The Little Giants.
Yeah.
It's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you guys see this, it'll be, after. But
yeah,
the Super Bowl just happened.
Yeah.
It was a fine game. We worked.
It was busy. A bad game.
It was a bad game. Well, I didn't really watch it.
It was a blowout.
I popped out of the kitchen because everybody stopped eating.
Yeah.
At halftime.
Yeah.
And I watched the halftime show.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, great, awesome, cool.
Yeah.
I don't really like listen to him. I don't listen to him regularly.
Yeah.
I think the lyrics cool, but like it was kind of I was talking to somebody who likes Kendrick Lamar,
right,
and they said this isn't the show for the Super Bowl.
I could see that. I mean, they've had some
like it was too artsy for people who watch the Super
Bowl. They've talked about like the evolution of it, and I remember the year after, like, it was Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson when the wardrobe malfunction.
Come on, hey, was that? What do you think?
I don't know. It got a lot of views.
What do you think?
It was definitely not. It was planned.
You think it was planned?
Yeah. Like, who has just that one area that's just sewn in, like that one area?
I don't know, man. Like, you should watch it. Watch it again.
Okay. I think it was scripted to be such, but then because people people complained so much, they went to the extreme opposite for the year after, and it was just Paul McCartney playing a piano for an hour and a half.
Well, they had to they had to like make up for it.
Not that obviously Paul McCartney is legendary and an icon, but there was no showman value to the show. It was just him sitting at the piano with a spotlight on him
playing a piano. Lady Gaga opened it up.
Yeah,
right?
She opened it up, and then somebody else sang she sang the national anthem. I don't remember.
I wasn't watching.
I was in
frying chicken.
As was I. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was interesting because we got kind of crushed from the hours of like 3 to 5. And then I think the game started at that point.
5:30 started.
So then everyone was getting their chicken wings in. And then we got a little bit of a push again during halftime. Like, people have now gone through all the food that they've made in the first half of the game when they need a refuel.
We stopped. We were at different restaurants, guys.
Yeah.
We like halftime, like it kind of like was like.
No, we got a second pop.
Yeah. I mean, we got another round of people in the third quarter.
Yeah.
But then after halftime, people were like,
over it. It was also at that point.
Well, they were up by 30.
No, they were up by 24 at halftime. So the writing was on the wall rather clearly at that point.
I don't know.
Unless some kind of miraculous comeback.
Here's the thing, dude. Here's another conspiracy. You think that shit's rigged?
I don't think so. No? I don't think so. No. But for any Chiefs fans listening out there, we do have some lovely emotional support mushrooms that are available on our website.
The non-existent
website. Yeah. So if you would like to purchase one, look on Amazon.
We don't get a kickback from it.
We do not. But I think a lot of, I just feel like the people that are, I mean, and here's the thing, the teams that are going to the Super Bowl obviously have done well all season, but I just don't think it was the showing of the Chiefs.
No, here's the thing.
And it's just a day, you have an off day.
Yeah. Well, they went there 3 years in a row. I think they're doing fine.
Yeah.
Like, come on, they're good. Yeah. And Patrick Mahomes was crying. So,
well, I mean, you work so hard to get to this point, and
cool, bro. How many times you touched that trophy? I think you're doing just fine.
No, yeah, I'm not saying that they're not, but I just feel like it's it's a big thing for them.
It's fine. Whatever. We got more important things to talk about today.
Clearly,
Okay. And that's the food service industry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is just your gentle reminder to update your serve safe, guys.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know. I think mine's done next year. Anyway, so I've been rewatching a show that I haven't watched since my
youth.
My youth.
Okay.
I wasn't even like officially a teenager, right?
Okay. When the show came out.
When the show came out.
Okay.
Don't make fun of me.
I won't.
But we started watching The OC again.
Classic.
Okay.
I'm surprised he didn't win more Emmys.
You know what? Fantastic show, dude. Fantastic show. But I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Misha Barton's character is so fucking annoying in that show. Like, just make one good decision.
Yeah.
Just one. That's all I'm asking you.
We all have that friend.
Make one good decision.
We all have that friend that just makes poor decision after poor decision after poor decision. And you just want to sit them down and ask them to reassess their entire life.
I sit down with them weekly. So.
Oh, you watch it once a week?
No, I sit down with that person weekly in my life.
Oh.
The joke is you. The joke is you, my friend. The joke is you, okay?
Now, what does that say about you? That I make poor decisions in my life, and number one, you're my friend, and number two, you work for me.
I'm just here to inspire you. That's what I'm here for.
It's not working. I've known you for 8 years. Okay, it's not working.
But anyway, I started watching the OC, guys, and we can get into a whole thing. We can do a whole podcast about the OC. But that's not what we're going to do. We're not going to do it. No. But you guys, if you guys used to watch it, go and watch it. I used to record it on a VHS, and then we used to watch it later.
Did you really?
Cousin. Yeah, we used to, before it was TiVo and DVR and all that stuff and streaming, we used to record it on VHS.
Yeah.
And then my cousins used to come over, and we used to watch it together.
There you go. Somehow we've ended up on the Vlahos family tradition, the never-ending saga.
It was great. Dude, the OC, it's so underrated. Also, can we talk about how the seasons are like 28 episodes?
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of my favorite TV series that I'm watching now, The West Wing. One of my favorites.
It's on the list.
Yeah, it's very good. So, but they have I think I've rewatched it like 6 or 7 times now. I'm on season 2 again, but they're like 21, 22 episodes. Yeah. Until they got to the end, and then they were like, we're going to go to 13 because you're all old now at this point. It was on for 7 years. So
OC's got 4 seasons. The 4th season's a little controversial one.
Mm-hmm.
Misha Barton's not there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. But anyway, so what I was getting at with this is they are constantly eating bagels.
Well,
okay.
Everyone likes a good bagel.
No, they like love bagels.
Sure. But isn't it because of the dad?
Well, the dad, they're Jewish,
yeah.
Right? But so it's part of the, the culture. But I'm watching, and like every time they're in the kitchen, they got fresh bagels.
Are they fresh?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They're like
in a bag.
It's not in a bag. No, it's TV, so it's like
nicely arranged.
It's like in a what's it called basket, a longer burger basket.
Yeah.
With, remember those?
Yes.
With like the napkin, the plaid napkin, and they're like,
how you would not normally have it in your house because they'd be hard as a rock and stale.
Well, that's the other thing. They don't toast them. They got the cutter.
That's a sin.
You know what I'm talking about?
I hate that cutter sucks. Absolute wretched thing. Like,
you don't like it?
No, it doesn't work. Because if it's a fresh bagel, it squishes the bagel.
That is true.
You gotta use some fucking grocery store bullshit that's been sitting on the goddamn shelf for 3 months.
Also, can we talk about going back to the egg slicer, guys?
It's a one-hit wonder.
It is a one-hit wonder, but you also got this whole ass thing that you now got to clean, and you got this weird
People
blade.
don't clean that. Okay. They probably shake out the crumbs and then they put it away.
You know what I'm saying? It's gross.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
You just use a knife.
No, if I ever see that in someone's house, I'm going to throw it away.
I'm going to buy you one.
Do not.
Guys, start sending the bagel cutters,
no,
okay?
There's no point for it. Literally 0 point. Take a knife, cut the damn bagel in half.
I'm with you.
Or the ones that come from the grocery store are already...
let's think about it. Kind of like an egg slicer.
The ones that come from the grocery store are already cut. You just have to rip off the ends.
They're hinged.
They're not hinged. They're cut.
They have a weird...
They have a little thing that holds them together because they, mastered that. But you just got to open them.
I got you.
And you don't need it for English muffins either, so don't come for me for that because your English muffin, you only way to open English muffin is a fork. So there you go.
Hot.
Put that in your pipe and smoke
That
it.
is a hot take.
So you don't need it. You don't need it for a bagel. You don't need it for an English muffin.
I want to get back to the English muffin thing.
Okay.
But I want to finish with
Finish your bagel.
Actually, no, just with the English muffin thing. I will say one thing. I worked at a restaurant. You know that restaurant. We used to make English muffins.
Oh, you did. Yeah.
I'm not on the line using a fork cutting open
No.
these
I'm saying if you're
things, okay.
in lieu of the bagel slicer that you have at home collecting
Yes.
dust.
Yes.
Take
I
a
do not
fork,
have one. I do
not
not.
you,
I do. To my
the
FBI
mass
agent,
people.
I do not have one.
Take the fork and open a bagel and open the English muffin. You take it and you
Can I still just use a knife?
can use a knife. Yeah, but I'm saying, but like people,
But you don't get the crevasses.
yeah, well, you do, but like the proper way to open up an English muffin is with a fork. You put the fork in and you twist and you keep on going all the way around until you get to the end. So people I just wanted to make that statement because I know somebody was going to comment like they did on the egg slicer and they're like, you can slice tomatoes and you can slice mozzarella.
Oh my God. Going back. We're like going backwards. My friend sent me this thing.
Yeah.
He had to do, there was a scallop crudo that they were doing at where he works.
And he used the egg slicer.
They used the egg slicer. And I'm like, motherfucker.
So,
like,
so instead of coming for me, I know you can put an English muffin there, but do not.
but like, can we talk about how you would use, he used an egg slicer to make, for the scallop crudo. He didn't sit there and slice it.
Also, it's probably thick
I don't know. I'm not going to try it.
because you usually want it to
I'm
be
not going to give people that satisfaction.
pretty thin. Don't worry, guys. I saw him using an egg slicer. The other
I
day.
didn't use it. You know what happened to me though? I did get something in my kitchen and it fucking fell on me because I have it on a shelf.
The egg slicer?
Yeah, because
Well,
Jackie,
good thing that it's just wires and not a knife.
well, no, it's a metal one because
Oh.
somebody sent me one in the mail.
I remember.
Okay,
yeah.
and it's metal.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the bagels. So, and the OC.
FYI,
one of the
Christo's
greatest.
birthday's coming up. I'm not going to say the day, so if you want to send him an egg slicer, get his name engraved on
Please
it.
God, no. I have two. That's too many.
Indeed. You and Jackie can like stereo, like egg slice at the same time. It's twice the efficiency.
Yeah, I'll use a knife. Anyway, so you're a baker,
I am.
allegedly. And I want to talk to you about bagels because it came up with the OC and like I'm kind of jealous that they always have these fresh bagels, right? Making bagels.
Yeah.
I've made them at the bakery before.
Mhm.
We do a decent amount, but we're not like a
We're not a bagel shop.
shop,
Yeah,
right?
we do a couple of hundred.
Mm-hmm. And it's fun. It's cool.
It's labor intensive.
It's so labor intensive. It's such a motherfucker. But they're, I don't want to say that they're underrated, but they don't have as big of a following in Chicago.
Yeah.
That they do in New York. But I didn't know. I don't know if it's that big in LA or they're in
Maybe San Francisco.
They're in Newport Beach in the OC.
They got money.
They do got money, but I don't know if it's just because the dad is Jewish and it's just like a character trait that they did.
I don't know, but I was telling you we had.
I know you can speak on the East Coast.
I can speak on the East Coast. Bagels are pretty popular. New York obviously very synonymous with bagels. But I grew up going to a bagel shop in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And my hometown isn't very large. I mean, it's got a population of about 300,000. So, I mean, it's not small, but it's not a mass city.
That's big, bro.
But it's not like a Boston.
Yeah, but 300,000 people is still a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, where I grew up is less than that, and it's massive.
Yeah. But we have a very dense population. It's not a lot of single family homes. So it's a lot of like flats, what we call them. What
You call them
No,
flats?
it's like flat,
Bro,
like
the-
apartments.
We got the English out of there. Okay?
No,
you
what
don't
do you
have to
call
them
it?
flats.
What do you call it?
An apartment?
Well, it's an apartment building.
A three flat?
A three flat.
Two flat?
A three flat. So they're called flats. Three flats.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of those. So the population is dense because of that. But yeah, I used to grow up. I grew up going to a bagel shop, and in Chicago there are bagel shops. Like up in Skokie, there's bagel shops, but it doesn't have the what do you call it? The niche that New York has.
Like every day, everyone's like, "Yeah, I got a bagel."
We have
I got a
deep dish
bagel.
pizza,
We do have deep dish pizza.
so that's what we're known for, and
But-
corrupt politics. And so we got our nickname, the Windy City. It wasn't because of the wind. It's a fun fact for those that didn't know. That's why we're called the Windy City.
Oh God, we're so fucked.
No, I'll let them come to the door. I pay my taxes. Damn it.
But Why do you think that is? Like why?
Why is it not such a big thing?
Yeah, because here's the thing. I go to a bagel shop,
Yeah.
like a sandwich shop,
You'll get it on a bagel.
and I'll get on a bagel or a bialy.
I think it's more so because they're
Also,
yeah.
difference between a bagel and a bialy,
A bialy does not have a hole.
but it's the same dough.
It's the same dough, but a bialy usually has it's basically the bagel dough that's a little bit more elongated, so it becomes an oval,
Mm-hmm.
and then you depress the center, flatten it, and then you put a filling in it. Usually onions and poppy seeds. That's like the traditional. Although I don't know why anybody wants to. The flavor is great, so don't get me wrong on the flavor. But the last thing you want to eat at 7:30 in the morning on your way to work is onions and poppy seeds. Number one, the poppy seeds are all stuck in your teeth, and you now have onion breath.
Okay, well, what kind of bagel do you eat? Like, what is your bagel?
It depends. I like an everything bagel. I do.
It slaps, dude.
But
it's so good. It's so good.
An everything bagel is not very conducive for like on the go, right?
It's awful
Because you got literally everything everywhere, right? You're covered in now poppy seeds and sesame seeds and granulated garlic and onion. So if I'm like on the move, it's a plain bagel.
Just for ease.
Just for ease.
What's the cream cheese? Are we doing a regular cream cheese, or are we?
Also depends on the day. I like good regular cream cheese. I like strawberry cream cheese. I like blueberry cream cheese.
Oh, you go with the fruits.
But I also like. I don't like garden. I never got into garden.
With like the carrot and shit in it.
Yeah, and
It's fine.
I know people are partial to scallion. Again, in this bagel shop that I used to go to as a kid, there was probably about, I think maybe 15 to 20 different types of cream cheese. I have like salmon cream cheese. And
Oh my god, like the salmon cream cheese. Fuck me up.
so I will generally stick with, I like the fruit ones. Again, it depends on the bagel I'm eating, right? I'm not going to have blueberry with everything. Yeah, that just sounds
would
bad.
Taste like a hangover.
Yeah, so if it's a plain bagel, then I'll like potentially sometimes steer. Like I do like I don't know if they carry it anymore. I think they still do. The cinnamon crunch bagel from Panera.
Didn't they like stop?
I think they stopped carrying
2002.
Maybe. I don't know. I remember getting it when I moved to Chicago. But it's a cinnamon crunch bagel. So it's a cinnamon swirled bagel, and it's got like this crumble on top of it. And then with cinnamon cream cheese.
Okay.
I don't put. I'm not a jam or butter person on my bagel.
The only time I'll put butter on a bagel is like I make it at home and I fuck up and I thought that I had cream cheese and I don't have cream cheese.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, the bagel's already toasted.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Okay.
Yeah, you must toast the bagel.
You have to toast the bagel. They don't toast it in the OC. Why don't they toast it?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
What is that?
I don't know. I prefer a toasted bagel. Although I think you can definitely eat a bagel that's fresh without toasting it.
Maybe that's it because they're getting fresh bagels.
I highly doubt they're getting
burger
fresh
basket.
Yes. But I
Did your mom have longer burger baskets?
No. We had wicker baskets.
It's basically the same fucking
No,
thing.
like a wicker basket from like the dollar store if we had anything. And it was usually in the bathroom with potpourri.
Yeah, that's a longer burger basket.
Yeah, but you mean the one with the handle?
Yeah, it was a basket.
It was just like but
Did it have like a thing in it, like a cloth of some sort?
No, because the potpourri was in it. So it was like the potpourri was like in this mesh.
Yeah, but like
I don't know what the brand of the damn basket was. Sorry.
they used to have like longer burger parties.
No, my mother never went to a longer burger party. She went
I might be saying it wrong.
She went to I can't remember the brand of it.
The Tupperware parties?
No, after that. It was like Crystal. I can't remember the name.
Like crystals, like
yeah, well, no, not crystals, not like chakras, but like a lasagna pan, or like crystal glasses, or like
a Home Goods.
It wasn't Home Goods. I can't remember the name. It's gonna something Princess. I can't remember. It's not really
Pampered Chef.
No, that was after. I can't remember.
All right, so we're looking at the years of 1992 to.
It doesn't matter, but she never went to a longer burger basket, whatever the fuck is called, the party. Back to the bagels. Because we've now segued.
Toasting them, like you toasted them. Obviously, you toast bagels. I've only had a toasted bagel.
I've had a fresh bagel out of the oven, yes.
Well, yeah. But that's just like eating a piece of bread.
Sure.
It's fresh, right?
Yeah.
But you got to toast it.
I don't toast it when it comes. Oh, you mean like if I just buy a bagel at the store?
Yeah.
Yes, toasted.
You're toasting it.
And an English muffin, I'm toasting.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, a non-toasted English muffin.
People eat it.
Who?
I don't know. There are people probably that eat it non-English.
They're probably been chewing on the same one then. Or they're just dehydrated.
There's just something about the toasted and like the points get crunchy,
Mm-hmm.
and because I also like it if you're gonna a bagel and a English muffin and toast for me, I put it. I prefer it pretty well toasted, like some areas of black, not burnt,
On your bagel.
my bagel and my English muffin and my toast. Like I like a good char.
You do like a good char.
I do, but I think it's just the way I grew up. Like bread was a darker bake,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I went to school, bread was a darker bake. And then and you know me now, like I prefer a darker bake on things. Even like my croissants, like don't give me no flaccid, fucking pale ass croissant. Like it's squishy. Croissant should not be squishy.
I'm with you, babe.
When you eat a croissant, you should be covered in more of the croissant than is going in your mouth because it's
I'm with
flaky.
you, babe. I'm
So,
with you.
I prefer like I do tell them to well done, or sometimes I'll put it through the toaster twice.
That was it really on the bagels. I just wanted to share.
That was it. All that for
I
that.
was watching the OC, but it was just like
What's your favorite type of cream cheese on a bagel? You didn't say it. You said that.
Well, you never asked
Well, now I'm
because
asking.
you don't care about me.
Mhm.
I like an everything. I like a sesame. I will fuck up a sesame bagel.
Again, seeds in the teeth in the morning.
Okay, enough with the
You get-
who you kissing in the morning.
No, but I'm saying, but you can get diverticulitis. Too many seeds in your body. Know what that is?
No.
It's when the seed gets implanted in your intestines. I know people that have gone to the hospital for it.
The seed gets in your intestines.
Yeah, like your body can't digest it or something. It's like a condition.
Then chew.
No. Well, I was fucking chewing on a sesame seed. Like there are sesame seeds going down your body
I mean,
hole.
chew it. I
There are
don't know.
sesame seeds going down your body hole. It's like if you eat a watermelon,
Did
not-
you say your body hole?
your body hole going into your body hole,
Oh,
not your body hole, comma
gross,
hole,
dude.
comma hole. Like watermelon. Do you
That was on an episode of the Rugrats, bro.
No. I'm not asking where Chucky eats it and it goes to watermelon. Do you pick out every single seed?
No.
You eat the seed.
Yeah. Wait, in a watermelon?
Correct.
Oh, I picked the seeds out.
All of them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's commitment.
Oh, I'm not just chewing on the
Well, no,
seeds.
I'll spit them out. Like I'll eat the watermelon. Like I'm not gonna. It takes more time to pick the seed out.
No, dude, you pick it out.
How about sunflower seeds? Do you eat the shell?
No. You just throw them in your mouth and start chewing?
Yeah,
You're joking.
I eat the shell of a
You eat
sunflower.
everything?
Mhm.
God.
I mean that you got to
dude.
chew for a while.
Yeah, because it's not meant to be eaten.
No, if it wasn't meant to be eaten, they wouldn't put it in the bag.
Really?
People eat the shrimp shell. I don't. I kill my
don't.
shrimp.
I just
my
somebody we
brother-in-law-
work with.
my
Somebody
brother-
we work with. I just found out.
my
crushes the
brother-in-law.
shell.
My brother-in-law eats the shell and all the fucking things on the bottom of
Yeah,
it.
you don't like the thing.
I don't know. It's like the
The tentacles on the cup.
No,
Mari.
I hate. So we are working on a new menu for Roots Pizza, which is one of the concepts, and what we were working on calamari. I can't stand the tentacles. No, it grossed me out.
I crushed them during the tasting.
So like I only eat the tubes, which is for those that don't know, it's the body.
I'll eat the legs.
No,
I'll eat the little they call them pull pats because if you cut the top, it doesn't have a ring. It's got the little. It's like a pull pat.
oh the point of
I
it.
don't discriminate. I'll crush it.
No, the tentacles are not like no, because it's not like you can just put a small, like a tube is a small piece, right?
Yes.
Like then you just got like tentacles in your mouth. No,
You're worried about that, but you're eating
no, but just
shells and seeds.
yeah,
and,
but the
you serious right now, bro?
but it's just no. You ever seen Mr. Bean?
Yeah,
There's a movie where he's eating the langoustine.
yeah.
And he just eats the whole langoustine, the shell and all. Then you just see like the thing where he's got like the fucking claws coming out of his mouth.
So that just ruined it for you.
Well, no, that just reminds me of the tentacles. It's actually a legitimate topic about what we do for a living that I wanted to get into with you. It was how do you conceptualize a dish?
What do you mean?
So do you do flavors to final product, or do you do final product to like do you do flavors to what the design will be, or do you do the design and then back your way in?
It depends.
Okay,
It
that's,
depe-
that's the episode. Everybody have a good night.
No. It depends. Like I don't know. Sometimes you see something or you visualize something, or
Like if you're going to make a dish, let's just say for a spring menu,
Mhm.
do you say, hey, these are the flavors that work in spring, and then I'll figure out what it looks like? Or do you have something in mind. I think it's different for a pastry chef.
I do. It's both. Like
Okay, you're not really starting a conversation when you're.
What do you want me to say? It's both. Like sometimes you're like, oh, I want to do this.
Okay.
Right. I want to. I don't know. I want to make a roulade.
Okay, so you're starting with an end product
Potentially.
but is the roulade is not the end product. The roulade is a piece of the end dish. So you haven't thought what the dish is going to look like yet. You just know you want to make a roulade.
Yeah, I do that where it's like I want to make a roulade.
Okay.
Or but at the same time, like with menus and you're trying to figure out a restaurant, you're like, I need to swap out these 2 salads. I need to swap out these 3 entrees.
But I think a salad is a little different. Well, for us anyway.
It all depends.
Right, because we're not doing fine dining, so like a salad to us isn't a salad bowl.
But if you are like thinking about things like that, or thinking about the seasonality or whatever, like that's how I almost start looking at menus now. Is what holes do I need to fill? What's working? What's not working?
Yeah.
That's where I start.
Sure.
And then I kind of go into.
So you do a product mix.
I think so.
Yeah. So product mix, for those that don't know, is a report that you can get from our point of sale system, which is where you ring things in. And it will tell us. So anytime we do a menu flip, we will take the last 6-7 months and we will figure out what, and I don't think that this terminology works anymore. So for those that went to school in the same time that we went to school, you had the dog, the horse, the cow, and the star. I think it was something that
still works.
I don't think it does anymore because now costs have changed. Food cost is not your most expensive thing anymore.
Yeah, but to a certain point, it's still.
Yeah, but let's just say something is a high food cost, but the labor is really low, but you sell a lot of it at a high food cost. Would you keep that item on? The book would tell you not to because it's a high food cost.
Yeah, but like, fuck the book.
I'm just saying. So I don't think that basically what I'm trying to say is what I learned in college is probably not relevant anymore. So
it is to an extent, but every business is different.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you're looking
like
at
a steakhouse has a higher food cost than,
Yeah, but that's a higher food cost on the steak and a really low food cost on the sides.
Well, not anymore.
Well, it should be. Well, unless you're cooking eggs. Eggs is fucking $50 to $150 now a case. This is a serious issue. Like as a person that runs a bakery, it's a very serious issue. It's a crisis.
Yeah, it's not good.
No. I told you know what? I think I forecasted it because I said to you,
watch that finger there. Watch where you're pointing that finger.
I said to you that eggs were $7 a dozen. And you said, where are they $7 a dozen? And then I didn't realize you were also from a farm. But now they're like $9, $10, $12 a dozen. Like there is an epidemic of eggs in this country where people are buying eggs up and then selling them on a black market.
All died. All the chickens died.
Okay, here's the thing. I read the report. So we had 330,000 chickens that lay eggs.
That's it?
330,000. Yeah, less than 500,000. And now we have 285,000. So I get that the number went down, but it went down about 50,000. Is that what spiked this massive influx where people are now selling eggs on a black market? Like, you're not trying to push conspiracy theories here, but
all episode you've been pushing conspiracy theories.
I have not. I've been talking about bagels and English muffins. I'm just saying, was the 50,000 chickens, like if we lost half, like the cost went up way more than 100%.
Correct.
So the math isn't mathing to me, and I'm pretty good with math. I'm not an economist, and I haven't won a Nobel Peace Prize for economy
yet.
But in my mind, the math doesn't math. If we lost a third or less than, if we lost 15% of our chickens that produce eggs, as the math, I don't know what the math is off the top of my head. Shouldn't the price have gone up by 15%? I'm just saying.
I don't know.
It just seems a little odd to me that we still have a majority of the chickens, but now the eggs, there's like a shortage of eggs. Since the chickens have died, no other chicken lays eggs, apparently. And where people are literally buying out, like eggs are hard to come by.
I think it's also going back to like the toilet paper thing. When people like freaked out and then they just like start like.
Yeah, but we're not dealing in a pandemic.
I mean, it's kind of like a.
But I'm just saying it doesn't make
pandemic of eggs.
Sure, but it just doesn't make sense. The math isn't mathing.
I agree with you.
Where were we talking about? Dishes, side dishes.
And now you're talking about the egg. crisis.
Egg epidemic.
Epidemic? It's an epidemic?
I don't know what it is. An egg crisis.
An egg crisis. I don't think it's, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what terminology is. Anyway, continue on. Conceptualizing it.
I mean, you interrupted me like 15 times. So I
just want to get this point across.
I go, it depends. Like I start looking at the holes in the menu, what's working, what's selling, what's not. What are some trends and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
What have I wanted to do in the past?
Mm-hmm.
And now I have an opportunity to do it because it's spring, summer, winter, whatever.
Sure.
And sometimes you have the visual in your head. This is kind of what I want it to look like. And then other times you go, I want to combine these flavors together. And I think that's kind of where it goes, like with pastry, where you're like, oh, I want to combine these flavors.
Sure.
With savory, it's,
how do I do that?
no, like with savory,
with savory.
with savory, like
with savory. Sorry,
we really got to work on our grammar.
I thought you were saying pastry with savory.
No,
you were changing this. You were changing comparison.
Correct.
Okay.
I think with savory, it is a little bit different. Like,
sure,
it's almost like more things go together in the savory world than they do in the pastry world, right?
I mean, it depends on what your knowledge is, right? That could be the same thing for savory, where someone's like, I only have ranch, French, and blue cheese dressing, right? That's the only things that they know. I'm just saying, as an example.
Okay.
Where it's just the more you know, the more you have to work with. Your arsenal is much larger.
Yeah, I guess it's also like people don't always want like savory things in their desserts. So like you're limited.
No, I don't think you're limited. Because you have herbs, you have spices.
Yes, but what I'm saying, never mind.
No, I hear what you're saying, but
I do both. Basically, I do both.
I don't agree with that statement.
I do both. I
it.
swing. You know what I mean?
Got it.
I go between the two.
Got it.
What about you? You go flavor, I'm assuming.
It depends.
Okay, well, you're fucking judging me.
It depends because I think there are more. The reason it depends is because there are things that we are, as pastry chefs, I believe, and I may be wrong that I'm stereotyping this comment, pigeonholed based on a holiday. So people are expecting a heart thing. People are expecting a Christmas tree. People are expecting a pie, right? So you have to start with that. Okay, I know I'm Thanksgiving, I'm going to make a pie. Now let's back into the flavors. Christmas, I'm going to make a roulade. Now let's back into the flavors. But for the majority of the time, for like a plated dish or even a Danish or a bread, I start with the flavor and then work forward. So I like to do, obviously everyone knows I like to do a lot of savory and sweet together. That's my wheelhouse. And so if I'm doing chocolate and beets, I know that I want to do
what a combo.
I know. Well, I add a time to it too. So I'll do chocolate, like a chocolate mousse tube, and it has chocolate cake. So I know that's the chocolate component. And then I know I want to do beets. So then I'll do a beet fluid gel with a beet sorbet. And then I know I want to add a thyme to marry the two together, an herb or something. So I'll do thyme, and that way become a thyme whipped ganache and crystallized thyme. So that's kind of how I do it. Yeah. So it just depends.
So what you're saying is we both do it the same way.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think that pastry chefs have to do it that way for certain things. It's not a choice.
You could turn around and say the same thing about...
Are you making a heart-shaped filet that I'm unaware of?
We got to make a heart-shaped pizza, apparently. Okay.
I'm just saying. I think that, okay, besides that, what are you really making that's...
Well, yeah, there's certain things that people expect. Like, on a menu, they want to see a chicken dish.
Yeah, but
they want to see a steak.
Yeah, but that's different.
See,
But that's the same thing like a pastry chef. They want to see a chocolate dessert. That doesn't tell me what it looks like in the end.
You got to have a chocolate. You got to have a fruit. You got to have a what else?
What do I think when I'm writing a menu?
Yeah.
I always do a chocolate dessert.
Yeah.
I always try to do a warm dessert.
Mm.
And they don't need to be the same. But I have done like a molten chocolate cake. I always try to do a fruit one. Yes. And I always like to do one that's interactive, but that just depends on, like, I can't do that for every location I'm in.
Like
right?
a chocolate piñata?
No. But like if it's something that like I've done a dessert that was based, so I did a menu once that was based on the decades. So the pastry decades, and for the 90s, we did Dippin' Dots. And so Dippin' Dots were sprinkled on table side. So it depends. Like, I think it's easier for me to, on my mind, to work. I work on seasons, and then I like to work on a theme. Like, there's got to be a story to it. And so when I did the desserts through the decades, then that became a dessert tasting menu. And so I think we started in 1890, which was the World's Fair. And then we worked up through all the decades, or most of the decades.
Wow.
So we did a World's Fair.
That's a lot of dessert.
But they were all small things. Like the World's Fair one was
A peanut?
No, it was Cracker Jack.
Mm.
And so then we started with the World's Fair, and then we finished. The Petit Fours came out on a Ferris wheel because the Ferris wheel was introduced to everybody at the Chicago World's Fair. So there was a story to it.
Got it. Wow.
The more you know.
So basically, we do the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but
and you tried making it seem like we don't.
No, I wasn't saying. I was saying that I believe that pastry chefs are pigeonholed to certain things. And I'm not saying that savory is not, like, people want turkey on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
And they want whatever, prime rib, or
it's like prime rib on Christmas.
Right. So I think that certain things are, but, like, again, I think that that's not necessarily the look of the dish. That's what you're making.
Correct.
Right. So it's not how you. I was more saying how you plate it.
Got it.
So
understood.
Well, that condescending tone.
I mean, it's not condescending. I was just, frame the question a little bit better.
I apologize. I am not. I don't work for CBS or Fox or CNN. I am not an interviewer.
Well,
I am not a broadcast journalist. Just me sitting behind a microphone, expressing my opinion that I think people want to hear.
Once again, I don't think that people care to hear our opinion, but
here we are.
Here it is.
Well, we covered a lot. We covered your love of OC. We covered eggs. We covered bagels, English muffins, how to plate a dish. Well, what we think about plating dishes. It's very informative. This should be on PBS. PBS special
for the children.
Well, no, PBS is in between Mr. Rogers and the Roadhouse where they like give you the pricing on things.
Oh, Antique Roadshow.
Yeah.
Oh man, that show.
We can be in between there.
Perfect. Yeah. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Nobody's home. Nobody's watching. Do you have an 86 this week?
I do.
Did anything piss you off?
Not piss me off, but in keeping with the Super Bowl theme that we got going on, that we started with, I should say.
This is
gonna be controversial.
Well, this will also air like
in March,
3 weeks after the Super Bowl, but it's fine.
It's in our current life. This is going to be controversial.
God, I love controversy.
I encourage everyone to bring it on.
Are we going to fight?
We're not going to fight. Well, we may. I don't know. Not physically, but we may have differing opinions. We for sure do, I think. I cannot stand flats in terms of chicken wings.
No.
I only eat drumettes.
Okay.
I can't. I just don't.
So you're telling me right now,
mm-hmm.
Will you eat a flat?
I don't really order chicken wings. To be honest, I don't order chicken wings a lot.
Fair. I'm not like a big I gotta.
But if I'm going out with people and we order chicken and they order chicken wings, I will only eat the drumettes.
Okay.
I won't eat the flats. And here's the reason how I
hit me, please.
I feel like, number one, there's more meat on the drumette.
Yep. Okay.
And it's a lot less of this other shit that's in. Like the flap has a lot more skin and a lot more of the connective shit that's in there. So I just don't prefer it.
We're not going to talk about the giant thing that's on the top of it, of connective tissue and everything.
Yeah, but it's more. It reminds me of a chicken leg.
Okay.
Why are you hating?
I'm not hating. It's just kind of like I don't like the people that are like flats only.
Well, that wouldn't be me.
You know what I mean? Or drums only.
I don't do that.
Or you could get 3 and 3. Or 6 and 6.
I don't order. Sometimes I don't order chicken wings, and if I did, I would not sit there and be like, I only want these parts of.
I'm
the
not
chicken.
saying that how you don't order chicken wings. I'm just putting you in the same category of.
Oh, that's fucking rude.
The people that ask for separate.
I don't know why. I don't do that.
I know. I'm just putting you in that category.
That's fine.
Those annoying people.
Here we go.
Okay,
and this is the last episode, guys.
Here's the thing: in like
the
Super
breakup.
Bowl, right? Super Bowl, you're just getting rocked, like that poor deep fryer. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? We're just going. Everyone's getting wings, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're going, and then somebody throws off the flow because they're like,
not a single person did that. This for us at the
we had a few
where I was. Okay? Not a single person did that.
We had a few, and we accommodate. Okay, because
yeah, of course we do.
Because when you come to our restaurant, your family. Okay, yeah.
I think Olive Garden had that line once,
but it's I don't know. Like I get it. Like it's like a wing,
it's a
right?
preference. Like I don't knock you for your preferences, even though they're wrong.
I like both. I don't discriminate on the wings.
That's perfect. You don't mind them.
I don't. I also will eat the tentacles. You don't.
I do not. I also eat sunflower seeds with the shell. You do not.
Yeah, because I eat them properly.
Yeah, but that's your opinion. That
again,
is your
again with the opinion.
That is your opinion. Okay. That shell should not be eaten.
There's certain societal norms that we all just have to follow, and not eating the whole sunflower seed.
No, certain societal norms is not running out into the street naked. That's a societal norm that you should not be doing. How I eat my sunflower seeds is my preference. You know, how if I eat pizza with a fork and knife, my preference. These are all preferences, not societal norms. And then we shouldn't be putting people in boxes in society, okay? Okay. You know, we shouldn't be breaking the law, obviously. In my soapbox here, we should again not be.
I should call the police on you for eating the whole shell, okay?
There are much other things you could call the cops on before than that. You know, we should not be recklessly driving. We should not be drinking and driving. Those are societal norms.
No, that's just the law.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not a societal norm.
What is a societal norm to you?
Yeah, like not running on the street naked.
Okay.
That's also a crime. Not talking on your cell phone on the L.
Not busting out your phone at the urinal.
Yeah, not busting out your phone in the urinal. Societal norms.
Right.
Is it illegal to do that? No. But when you're taking a piss, you're really hoping that the dude next to you is not
busting out his phone,
taking a pic of your schmack.
I don't think that he, number one, please don't ever refer to it as such. I don't think he was taking I think he was just looking at his phone.
I got it, but still.
Yeah, it's weird. It's also like people
pay for that. You know what I mean? People pay for those pics.
I think we talked about this one, societal norm is that if there are multiple urinals open, you go to the furthest.
That's a societal norm. Yeah. Is it a law that you need to do that? No, it's just like.
But you're also not going to yell at the person if they go to the one next to you.
No, absolutely not.
Like, you're going to judge them in your mind.
Well, you're just like, dude, like we got to be shoulder to shoulder. Like we don't actually have to be shoulder to shoulder in this case.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I want to know everybody's opinion on flats, drums. We don't discriminate.
No, and favorite sauce too.
Favorite sauce. Yeah. Is it tossed, or are you a dipper? Are you a dipper?
No, I don't want. I will dip into like a side of a sauce, like
a ranch.
Correct.
A blue cheese.
No, I don't like blue cheese dressing. I don't
at all. You eat blue cheese.
I eat blue cheese,
but not the dressing.
I like our blue cheese dressing.
I think the blue cheese dressing for you is when you make a blue cheese dressing, it's not like you're using a really nice blue cheese.
Correct.
So you're using some funky thing.
Yeah, something that like fell off the back of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
So I prefer my wings tossed, like in this, like the buffalo or the whatever you're gonna do. And the sauce really depends on the day. I like teriyaki. I like buffalo's not my favorite.
That's fair.
I like our Korean red pepper sauce.
Yes.
And I like our sweet chili sauce.
So you just like our wings. That's great.
Yeah, they were voted the best wings in the country. The 50-50 wings. Double breaded, jumbo, double jointed. I know the spec.
That's the spec.
That's the spec.
That's the spec. Got it. Send your samples. We'd love to.
But yeah, so you know what I was craving there? Speaking of sauces. You know what I was craving the other day?
What?
French dressing.
You've been on this French dressing kick, and
I went out to dinner.
I know it's since that day. I went to dinner. Steakhouse.
We went to the steakhouse because we were going to a farm to spec out some products for a new restaurant, and so there was a group of us that went up.
Meat, you can call it like products.
Meat. We're specking.
You're like a salesman from some like a big broadliner. They're like, it's a really good product. I hate that. It's food. Why are you calling it a product?
All right, you good?
Yeah. Okay. So you went to go check out some meat.
Do you need a Xanax?
You went to go check out. It's just the product because it's always. Never mind. I got friends in sales.
Yeah,
now.
you do. You got to be careful.
I can't. No, I'll still make fun of them. It's fine.
Yeah, so we went to go to a farm to spec out some meat, and we went to a steakhouse, and it was like a really old school steakhouse,
Mm-hmm.
and
Like a salad bar.
No. Like
I've been to one of those.
like what a Lowry's used to be
Okay.
here. I think that would probably be one that it was just like very old world, like drapes and candelabras. So the candelabra catches the drapes on fire, kind of thing.
But it wasn't like how they doing them now, where it's like trendy. It's
Correct.
like no, it's been like this.
No,
since the 60s.
Yeah, that decor hadn't changed since my parents were born.
Yeah.
So and then of course these places generally have like this laundry list of like, we got this dressing, and like she spent more time telling me about the dressing than she did taking my order. And she finally, I think it was like the second to last was, and we had gone through like 15 dressings at this point. I was like, oh no, you got a good memory. And it was French.
It's been the same.
It's been the same. And it comes in that, like, obviously it's like whatever brand, and it comes in like that gallon jug that twists.
Oh, I know the brands. I know it.
So it was French, and I immediately was like, I'm going to get French dressing.
What is it? Ketchup and mayo and like Worcestershire? And
yeah,
probably some lemon juice.
And I think it's also nostalgic for me because growing up, it was we didn't have, the only options you had in all these banquet halls were French or Italian. That was it. There was no blue cheese. There was no ranch. That wasn't an option in the banquet halls that we had. And I have a very large family, so I was in banquet halls once a month.
Yeah, all the time. We had a Italian, ranch. Yeah, French was there.
French was there, and it always came in like that metal boat.
The metal boat.
Yeah,
man.
I was a banquet server, so I know that stuff.
With your bow tie.
With my bow tie. Yeah, my tuxedo shirt. Well, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. It's been a lovely.
Would you dip a wing in a French dressing?
No.
Oh, that's where you draw the fucking line?
Well, there's certain times and places for things. Like,
you'll dip it in ranch, but you won't dip it in French dressing.
Yeah, because I just don't think it's gonna go with it.
You should try it.
Have you done it?
No, but just try it. I don't remember the last time I had French dressing.
I'll bring you some.
I think the last time I had French dressing was at my dad's restaurant.
Yeah, and there's a
like
particular
the older one.
There's a particular brand that I like that has to be this brand for me.
Can't even make it yourself.
I prefer not to. Like, there's certain things, like, don't fucking make your own goddamn mayo when you're at home. I'm going to get started on this shit.
You can talk to Jackie about that because that was one of our first. It wasn't really a fight. It was more of like a.
You wanted to make mayo at home?
No,
you did.
No, this is what happened. She was making something with mayo. We weren't even living together,
right? And you were pissy. You were trying to be bougie.
And I think this was like year 1 or 2.
And you were bougie. Like, I can make my own aioli.
No, and she said, "Well, I ran out of mayo, so I couldn't do it, or it was something she needed mayo."
And you said, "I can make my own mayonnaise."
And I said, "Well, why didn't you just make it?"
Yeah. And you probably said it in a condescending chef tone.
Looked at me,
par for the course.
She looked at me like, "You fucking asshole!
Yeah.
Are you really gonna say that?" Because the way
you probably said it, you probably said it as a chef.
Just make it.
You said it as a chef.
I was like, "You could have just made it." She goes, "Who the fuck makes their own mayo?"
That's what I'm saying.
And I go,
"It's like, who makes their own ketchup? Just fucking pump it out of the garbage."
The ketchup one is, I can get down.
There
with
is something about. Here's the thing. There is something about
slapping that 57.
No. I use a squeeze bottle. Who fucking is gonna sit there and fucking knock out the 57 with a glass bottle?
Hey, man,
you prefer glass over plastic? You think there's a difference?
Yeah, there's a microplastic
Besides
epidemic happening right now.
Well, it's no harsher than the epidemic. Because we just did this. We went through this tasting and we got several brands of mayonnaise, and there was one that was superior, and that's the one I go for.
Yes, if you're going in that sense, yes, I would go with that.
Right, and it's the same thing for the French dressing for me.
It's the same brand?
No. They don't make. I don't think they make it.
They make everything. You know that.
I can say the brand if you want me to of the French dressing.
No, let's get everybody guessing what brand we think. What brand of mayo are we probably going to use?
No, I meant the French dressing. I don't think anyone cares the brand of mayonnaise. But if you want to comment on your favorite French dressing brand or your favorite mayonnaise, by all means,
or just your favorite store-bought dressing brand.
Yeah, but mayonnaise is not a dressing; it's a condiment.
Yeah. Okay, it's an ingredient in one of your favorite dressings now.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen people just do that.
Dip their wings in mayonnaise?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
No.
People are gross. How many times did I tell you this? People are fucking gross.
It's their personal preference again.
Okay.
You want to take us home?
Yeah, guys, this has been another one here at the Chef May I Call podcast.
Yeah.
If the Chiefs need emotional support mushrooms, Tex has got them here. Let us know. You guys can follow us on social, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys know the ones, the TikTok. It's still here.
And Instagram.
And Instagram.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. Chef May I Call podcast at gmail.com for all of your questions and hate mail and whatever you'd like. Does that cover it for you? Is that good for you?
I've seen worst.
Worst?
Worst. I always get those words mixed up. Not worst, but it's just I've seen worse, right? It's no T.
I've seen worse.
Yeah. But the word worst exists.
Yeah, like this is the fucking worst.
Yeah, like that ending was.
See. Bye, guys.
See ya.